Hey everyone, Pastor James here. This is Current Events Monday for the week of March 27th, 2023. I hope your week has started on a good note. Now, over the weekend, you probably saw some of the headlines that came out of the state of Mississippi, particularly. They had a severe weather outbreak in the Deep South this weekend, and some rather large and very damaging tornadoes hit Mississippi. Many lives lost, just unspeakable tragedy. If you've seen some of the pictures of the devastation, you'll see just how awful it really is. Well, I came across a news article about this. In fact, this morning there was an article in the AP News about a small Methodist church in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, the Rolling Fork United Methodist Church. And this was in a town that was particularly hit hard by these tornadoes over the weekend. But the church, of course, is not in a building. The building was damaged, but the church remained intact. And so this church gathered yesterday on Sunday and worshiped. They just had a time of prayer. And really, they said thanksgiving. You know, it's hard to be thankful in devastating times like that. But this church gathered together to pray and to be thankful for what they did have that remained. And one very helpful phrase that I saw, they interviewed some of the people in this church, and one particularly helpful phrase for me was that they interviewed a person who was a part of this congregation, who said that their faith was helping them to have patience. They said this is a very close-knit community and actually an agricultural community. And so the faith that they had to place in God for not only their just daily provision, but also for doing their church life in this little small-knit community, that made all the difference in the world. It gave them patience. And so they were very devastated by this tornado. But at the same time, they recognized that God had prepared them to be patient through their faith. And that's really the message for us today, this week, that faith in Christ makes all the difference in the world to us. Our faith can produce patience. Patience, in fact, is a gift of the Spirit. And so when everything around us seems to be falling apart, we can place our faith in Christ to sustain us and give us the patience that we need to make it through the really tough times. You know, Psalm 23 comes to mind again today. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. Now that phrase doesn't mean that once you place your faith in Christ that everything is just rosy and you get everything you want and everything just turns out great. That's not what it means at all. It means that when the tornadoes come, when the tragedies come, when the devastation comes, and you look around you and everything seems to be falling apart, the Lord is still going to be there. And you're not going to have want for anything because your focus and your faith is in God. And because of that, the Lord's patience will sustain you and provide for you in those desperate times and desperate hours. So I hope you have a great Monday, and remember, your faith in Christ this week can make all the difference in the world. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you soon.